Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Muriel, this nurse Muriel. I know some of y'all hadn't even had a chance to watch the old video, the last video, and I'm back with another one, y'all. This is what ever since I got monetized, y'all, it just lit a fire up under me. So y'all, it's just rough, y'all. Look at my hair. It's rough out here, y'all. I'm about to go in here. I dyed my hair last night because I'm about to get my braids. Y'all heard me say in the last video, it's time for braids. So I dyed my hair, blow dried it out, got it twisted it up last night. Just so it don't get messed, get whatever while I slept. I'm about to go in here and let my daughter braid my hair. She doesn't really know what she's doing, but she know what she's doing. You know what she's like in the beginning stages. So I'm going to let her go in here and work on my hair. And the nail's still a mess, y'all. My appointment isn't until Friday. And I guess she didn't get any cancellations because she didn't message me and tell me she had anything earlier. Oh, my daughter just coming to the car, y'all, because somebody just sent her some flowers. She don't know how to act. So y'all, yeah, it's a mess, but it is what it is. Y'all know I've been on here looking worse than this. As long as I got a little something popping on my lips, I'm good to go. So on this video, y'all, on my last video, I had a subscriber ask a question. She was wanting to know what age I was when I received my BSN. Y'all, I had to go look it up myself because y'all know when for those of you who haven't hit this age, once you hit 40, it's almost like you stop keeping track of your age. Once I hit 40, the years just go by so fast. I don't remember what age I am sometimes. Sometimes I don't remember if I'm 44, 45, 40. Like, I don't be remembering. I'll be turning 47 this year. But I had to go look and see what age I was when I received my BSN. And it was in 2021, y'all. I know in the last video I couldn't remember if it was 21 or 2022. That's just how fast time goes by. It was 2021 when I received my BSN. And according to my calculations, I was 44 years old. So, and she said that motivated her because she's 29. She has 3 children and she's looking to start school. She just can't decide between if she should go for her RN or her LPN, which I think her ultimate goal is her RN. But I guess she doesn't know which one she should do. And so I told her I would give her the advice on a video because I think a lot of people face this dilemma. And I was going to give her the answer under her question, but I said, let me put this out there because it may help others who are undecided. And so my answer to the question, honestly, is it depends on your circumstances. So I will say, even if you're 29, 28, 27, 26, 30, whatever age you are, if you don't have any real responsibilities other than to yourself, I'll say, like, say you live with someone and they're paying all the bills, or you're only paying a small portion of the bills, and it's not really, you're not really hurting for the money. Like, nothing is impending getting cut off. You know where your next meal is coming from. You got the time to take to go all the way for your RN and sit down and get it over with. It doesn't matter if you're 19 living with your parents, 20 living with your parents, 25 living with a husband or boyfriend who's paying all the bills, 30 living with a husband or boyfriend who's paying all the bills. You may just pay a portion of the bills. You have no children, or if you have a child and your spouse or your significant other is putting in a lot of the financial work and groundwork, then you got time, or you have a good support system, someone who can keep an eye on your kids so that you can go just full blast for your RN, then I say go for your RN. Just get it out the way all at once. However, if you are 21, it doesn't even matter your age. If you're 21, 22, 42, 32, 52, and you have bills that you're basically the sole responsibility of, you have children that you are taking care of, you need to be bringing more income in your household as quick as possible, I say go for your LPN. The thing is, and I don't know if it's still like this, but it was like this in the past. Let me take a sip of my water. In the past, you could apply for the RN program. You could take the prereqs for the RN program. You can get in the RN program. But once you completed, I believe it was that 3rd or 4th semester, you could take the test for your LPN, get past that, receive your LPN license, and continue on for your RN portion, which is normally another 2 to 3 semesters. I've been told that it doesn't work like that anymore. Schools aren't allowing that. I don't know why, because that just makes sense that they would allow that, because you've completed everything you need to be an LPN. So why not go ahead and send an endorsement in for me to test for it? But I'm told that schools aren't doing that anymore. If that is the case and they're not doing it anymore, then my suggestion is go for your LPN. Less prerequisites are required for your LPN in most schools. In some schools, you can complete your LPN in as little as a year. There are some schools like ECPI. I'm not sure about Fortis, and I'm not sure about the schools in your area, but there are schools that let you take your prerequisites and your nursing classes concurrently, so that in 1 year you're getting everything out of the way. Now, those schools are very fast paced. The hours are longer. You're normally in there Monday through Friday, like from 8 to 4, getting everything done. And you do probably have to do clinical sometimes on the weekend, but you get it all done within like a year's time, no more than maybe like 14 months, and you get your LPN and you're good. Now, with those type of schools, my only thing is, a lot of times if you want to go further for your RN, you have to remain in that school or a school of the same type of caliber. Like, some of your courses won't transfer for those type of schools to, say, a technical college. A lot of technical colleges may not accept some of their courses, so they may make you take like your sciences over, because in that other school your science didn't have a lab component. But for this school, in order to get in their nursing program, you have to have a lab component for your sciences. So they may require you to take your sciences over, stuff like that. However, you get in, you get your LPN, you get out, you can go ahead and start making you some money. Most people that I know, they go into long-term care. Most people that I know go into long-term care because of it being so flexible, and they know they want to go back to school for their RN. What they'll do is, a lot of long-term care places, they offer this thing called Baylor. I did Baylor when I went back for my RN, which was, I worked every weekend, but I worked Saturday and Sunday 12-hour shifts, and I got paid an extra 8 hours. Some places you work every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday, or either Friday and Saturday, or every Friday and Sunday, but you do every weekend, and they pay you an extra $10 an hour, or an extra $5 an hour, or they pay you an extra 12-hour shift. Like, there's always going to be some extra pay in there for the time, for some extra pay in there just for working the weekends. So that worked with a lot of people as well. A lot of people do that once they get their LPN, they go ahead and start making money. Mind you, they ain't making no little money no more as an L. You ain't making like back in the day. You came out of LPN school, not even that far pre-pandemic. You would come out of LPN school, you would roll into a job, making $19 an hour or $22 an hour, something like that. Most places now are paying LPNs, I'm going to say 26 and above an hour right out of school, like brand new right out of school. They're paying like 26 and up an hour. A lot of places are giving 30 an hour, to be honest. And here in South Carolina, a lot of people like to clown South Carolina because we in the South or whatever, but we make decent money down here as far as nurses in South Carolina. We make decent money. I don't know an LPN right now who's making less than, my nephew got hired at a job, and I think they offer him 30 an hour. So I don't know an LPN who's coming out of school making less than like 30 an hour as LPN. I'm being honest. I don't know one. If there is one, y'all can correct me in the comments, but I'm in South Carolina. I don't know an LPN who's making less than 30 an hour in long-term care. Now, and I'm going to say you have a lot of downtime, because I have a lot of downtime and I do the same work that other LPNs do. As an RN in long-term care, I work the cart, and I have a lot of downtime in long-term care, and I go above and beyond what needs to be done when I'm working the cart, meaning I do all my vital signs. I do help change people. I do a lot of stuff, and I have downtime. So if I can have downtime in long-term care working these carts, then you can have downtime too. I'm going to just say that. I'm going to just say that you can have downtime too. So you have downtime to study while you're pursuing your RN. Like I said, that job I work, PRN, a lot of the nurses are in school for their RN. I'm going to say a good 4 hours out of the shift, they got their books open, their laptops open, they're doing work, especially on the weekends. They're doing schoolwork. You know, somebody sent my daughter some flowers. They are pretty. I think Oh, and then for real, I was going to start, I'm not really a flower girl, y'all, but I think it is so pretty when people have bouquet, like flowers on their table and their stand and stuff like that. So I'm going to start doing like buying fresh flowers. I said I was going to start buying like fresh flowers and changing them out. A lot of back when I was in school, I don't know, it might have changed. You had to have gone back in to receive your RN within a year, or they make you take a transition course. That's where the transition course come in. That's for people who are LPNs and they go back to school for their RNs. A lot of schools, if you've been out of school for, say you got your LPN in December of 2021, December of 2023, you receive your LPN. You stayed out, you worked for a year. You go back to re-enroll in January of 2024. They make you take a transition program because you stayed out a full year. But if you enroll before those 12 months and you get in, you can go straight in, finish the semesters that's required for the rest of your RN without taking that transition program. Now, that's how it used to be. I don't know how it is now. I see when I talk to people who are in school now, I notice that a lot of the schools, even the one I attended for my ADN, because I'm a nurse who I was a CNA first. I went for my LPN, I went back for my ADN, and then I went for my BSN. I see a lot of schools now have piled on more classes for your ADN. I'm going to say more semesters, and they've made up some BS classes, because when I went back for when I had my LPN and I went back for my RN, it was only 2 semesters. They incorporated the transition class within that first semester with my psych class, and then my second semester was like a med-surg, peds, OB, and leadership, all was in that second semester. Now they stretched it out to 3 semesters. I think what they did was they broke up the leadership class, and it's a class of its own, but it's a whole semester. Like, they broke it up to now, instead of being 2 semesters, it's 3 semesters. And another school that I recommend to people that's here it's in Orangeburg, South Carolina. It's not here, but it's in Orangeburg. They've done the same thing as well. They've made their program longer to add another semester in it too. And I feel like they did that because they probably lost so much money during the pandemic, so now they're trying to regain some of that money. So every course you take is more credit, more money for the school, because there was no reason for y'all to do this. Y'all had high successful pass rate. Y'all had people beating down y'all doors to get in y'all program. Why are y'all making the program longer? Just so you can charge more money. That's the way I see it. So if you are in the area that I live in, I'm not going to say, y'all probably already know where I live. Y'all probably already guess where I live. Now, I be trying not to say it because my daughter say I talk too much. I be telling too much information. But where I would suggest, the technical college that I suggest people go to now, in all honesty, there's an area called Sumter, South Carolina, near where I live. I suggest there's a school there called Central Carolina. I tell everybody to go to that school. I never attended. I was going to attend there, but I tell everybody to go to that school. One, because the way they do they make you do this math test in schools, and a lot of schools it's like you have to make a 90 or above, or you're kicked out of the program, no matter how many classes you pass. Once you get an RN program, they make you do this nursing math test. And if you don't make a 90 or above, at some schools or 80 or above, they fail you out of the nursing course. I think that's so unfair. The way I was told Central Carolina does it is you take it. There isn't a pass or fail grade, but it counts for a certain percentage of your overall grade. So if you make a 50, it only counts for 5% of your overall grade. Not necessarily they're going to kick you out of the program. If you make a 90, it's good, you pass, and it counts for 5% of your grade. They're going to kick you out of the program. So I love that about Central Carolina. Also, I used to, back in the day, I would not advocate for ECPI because it costs so much. I think on average it's like $35,000 to $40,000 for the LPN program. I think. Don't quote me on this. I believe. I used to say it costs too much, but people are getting in and getting out, and now that they're paying the money that they're paying with a little bit of grants that you can receive and paying some out of pocket, you can afford, even if you have to get student loans, you can afford to pay that back because they're paying well straight out of school for your LPN these days. And you're making pretty decent money as a new LPN. So if I got to pay $35,000 to get to go to school, unless you can find a free program. I hear a lot of people say they go to school for the LPN and stuff for free. I don't know how you do it for free outside of grants. Now, let me take that back. I'm not going to say I don't see how people go to school for free, because I essentially went to school for free. My grants covered my tuition. It covered my books. It really covered all that to the point where I was getting money back from the grant. You know, money that's left over, they send it to you. But I took out student loans just to have that extra money, because each time that I went to school, I had my own home, I had children, I had other responsibilities, and I got the money and did what I need to do with it. And even now to this day that I've racked up $40,000, and I'm not ashamed to say $40,000 in student loan debt for a bachelor's degree is really not a lot of money, compared to what some people are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for a degree that they can't even find a job making over $20 an hour in, or $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year. I would say $30,000 for, I think I owe $39,000. I think $39,000 for a bachelor's degree when I have the potential to gross over $100,000 a year is a fair trade for me. I wouldn't owe that much if I didn't leave my student loans in deferment so many times for so many years, y'all. I'm actually going to start paying them. But so that's my answer to you. Being that you have 3 children, and you said in your comment 3 children, and you're 29, I would suggest go get your LPN. Go ahead and get that, start making that money, and then keep on going for your RN. That would be my suggestion to you. And that LPN gonna change your life. I be wanting to see people videos about how LPN changed their life, because it really does. Like, it can really, let me tell you, I said when you get your RN, the world is your oyster. The world is still your oyster with your LPN, y'all. You can get like that license assures you mobility, because you could take your LPN license, especially if you got a compact license. You got 28 other states you can take that license to. You can really take them to all 50, but some of them want you to be endorsed and all kind of other stuff, other steps you got to take. But you can still take that license in all 50 states and work. Your LPN can do that for you. It's not just your RN that can do that for you. So, you know, it's mobile. You never have to worry about being unemployed. You don't have to worry about where your next meal coming from, because you can work your job and pick up a PRN job and swing through and just pick up a per diem job. Like, the amount of work you can do is unlimited. Now, I don't advocate for nobody to work that much, because yeah, if you don't have any responsibilities and you know, whatever, you could do that. I feel like go ahead and do it, because you can sleep when you're I really do advocate for spending time with your children. Y'all see me, I be out and about, child, but when I be out and about, y'all be seeing me, Rez in the car, my other daughter in the car. Anyway, I hope this helped, you know, clarify things, and I help the subscriber make her decision on as far as what would be the best recourse for her. I'm gonna go in this house, let my daughter start braiding my hair, because this may be an all-day process, and I'm almost feeling like not even letting her braid it, y'all. I almost feel like taking them braids and just doing a pony. She put this is the entrance to my doorway. When you walk in my house, this is what you see. She set the flowers right there. I did tell her to put them there, but it looks awkward next to that one.